everybody, welcome back. Again, my name is Tori, and so something that I've been doing during quarantine to make sure that I'm just kind of staying awake, staying present, staying connected is I've been doing a lot of crafting. And so a lot of people will just have like random supplies laying around. Like you might have an old box of crayons, or you might have just like elementary school supplies laying around, or like glue or paper or fabric, or just like random things that you have laying around in your house. So something that I've been doing is actually before quarantine, I went to Joann's and I got something called a jelly roll. And what it is it's actually a bunch of rolled up strips of fabric. And I've actually been able to join a bunch of these pieces together into a pattern, and I actually am in the process of making a quilt. You can look up different quilt patterns online. You can always do different things. If you have leftover t-shirts, you can always cut those into squares and sew those together. You can always, if you have access to felt or like softer fabrics, there's tie blankets you can always make. You can always splice together your own clothes. You can upcycle. There's a lot of different trends that are going on right now where a lot of people are taking old clothes and making them into more like newer or just newer versions of the clothes that they're wearing. If you have leftover cotton or any like cotton blended t-shirts or anything, or something that you can cut from, something that is going around that's really nice is people are making face masks. And so people have been cutting up old shirts, and you can get free patterns online. So I actually was able to find this pattern online, and I have actually made my own face mask. And so I just made this out of 2 bottoms of shirts, and then I used my sewing machine to stitch them together. I used the hem of the t-shirt to actually make the things that hold it to your ear. And I mean, I'm just using like a regular sewing machine. Like I'm not using anything special, or I'm not using like pre-programmed stuff. I'm not using anything. I'm just stitching it using a single stitch. But you can also do this you can do hand stitching. You can do just regular sewing machine. I know there's cloth fabric glue that you can use to just kind of glue it together if you don't have that. You can also do no cut or no sew face masks, where you actually cut out the rings from the t-shirt, so you don't actually have to sew anything. There's patterns for that online too. Another thing is you can start knitting. I actually have a scarf going right now. I'm using some really soft yarn to make an infinity scarf, or if you have leftover crayons, you can always do a one of those wax crayon art pieces where you take a hairdryer and you actually melt the crayons into a specific pattern. If you put blue tape down first and then you glue the crayons onto the canvas and then melt it and then peel off the blue tape afterwards, it'll leave a negative effect, which I have actually been meaning to try. But something else that I've been doing is I've been painting. So I actually painted those 3 during quarantine, as well as that painting right there. And then I've been doing, that's one of the diamond dots where it's like a sticky, and you just you stick on the different like little pieces of plastic, and it makes like a reflective effect. And I also made that picture collage of me, my friends, and my family. And so that I just had I had a canvas laying around that I took the actual material off of it, so it just left the wooden frame. I painted the wooden frame, and I stuck a piece of cardboard on the back, and I glued it with just regular tacky glue, and then I let that sit for about 24 hours, and then I actually used the same glue and cut the pictures into a collage format, and I glued that on there and I let that sit. But yeah, so there's a lot of different things that you can do during quarantine. If you have popsicle sticks laying around, you can always make different, like you can make a house out of popsicle sticks. You can there's throwing stars that explode when they hit his surface out of popsicle sticks. There's crayon art, you can color, you can draw, you can do all this stuff. There's online coloring books, there's MS Paint, really simple, really easy. You can sew together your old t-shirts into new t-shirts or blankets. You can make a t-shirt blanket out of t-shirts that you don't want to throw away. I actually have an entire storage of t-shirts that I refuse to throw away, and I'm going to turn them into a blanket. You can order kits off of Amazon if you need help getting started. There's videos to teach you how to knit, videos to teach you how to crochet, videos to teach you how to sew. There's tons of crafts that you can do that are just like expressions of art and just like to get you out of your own head. It's something that I do. But yeah, so crafting is fun, and there's a bunch of ideas for you to try. I've tried a bunch of them and they're super fun. So just keep some of that in mind and